What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Meka Shanell back with another edition of Meka Shanell is Just Saying. Tonight we're talking about episode 3 of season 2 of Hollywood Exes. I have to admit, I did miss like the first 5 to probably like the first 10 minutes of this show on Sunday night, and I haven't seen the first 10 minutes still, and it's Wednesday, so whatever. We're going to get started at where I did come in at, which was Nicole talking about her getting an award from the Association of Prostate and Breast Cancer. I guess it's like a John Wayne Foundation or something. She was talking with her mom, talking about how nervous she was about speaking and things like that, and then she starts talking about how she would feel if her mother wasn't around, because her mother is like her backbone. Even though her mother is 80 years old, she, you know, all girls, or probably men too, but I know, speaking for myself, I know that my mother is very important to me. So just the thought of even something happening to her, I would be so lost. I wouldn't know what to do with I wouldn't know what to do, honestly. So I could feel her on that. She was just talking about just talking about losing what it would be like to lose her mom, and since, you know, probably thinking because her dad just recently passed or whatever. But she was just talking to her mom about that, and then about being nervous about accepting the award. But her mother was like, "You're great at everything. I'm proud of you, and you'll be fine." So then we move on to Sheree and Jessica. They were, I think, at Jessica's house, and they were talking about just dating and things like that. And Jessica had asked Sheree how she knew it was right for her to move in with her husband, which, you know, they weren't married when they first moved in together. I think his name is Terrell. I'm not really sure. I believe he's a pastor, Sheree's husband. Sheree's an ex-wife of Will Smith. So anyway, so Sheree was asking Jessica, you know, just different questions about her guy that she's with, and she's like comparing him to Jose and saying, you know, she doesn't love him as much as Jose, and then this other guy, Garth, that she used to date, she doesn't love him as much as him. Side note, I think that's the guy that Jose beat up. Anyways, back to the story. So yeah, so then she was saying, like, you know, but it's been like 3 or 4 months, and she's like, you know, maybe I'll learn to like love him, or I learn to like him more, or whatever. And she's thinking about moving in with this guy. I'm sitting here looking at her like, Jessica, you are so dingy. If you're not into the guy now, you're not going to be into him when you live with him, because living with someone, you have to already love them and love everything about them when you move in, because once you move in, you get to see the dirt, the dirty, the real ugliness of a person, not just their personalities, but just how they live on a regular basis, you know, on a daily basis. So I'm not really sure what she's thinking. She might be one of those girls that just need to have a man in their life to feel secure. Not sure. Still, the verdict is still on why she feels she needs to be with this guy, even though it's not like she needs him financially. So I'm not really sure. Maybe she just needs to be with a man to feel good about herself. So then they go over to Maite. So she, you know, she has this really nice house. It's really cluttered. She's really into like feng shui and all of that, and I think that's the word, feng shui. Where everything in your house has to be positioned a certain way. You can't have like mirrors facing like your bed or just some crazy stuff. I don't know. But anyway, so she hires this lady that is, I guess, a baby proofer. I'm trying to remember, what is the name of the company? Oh my goodness. Boo Boo Busters. How can I forget that? I thought the name was really cute, right? She's probably some stay-at-home mom that was like, I need to make some extra money, get out the house. So I'm going to create Boo Boo Busters and talk rich people into letting me come into their homes and baby proofing, something they can do themselves. They can go to Walmart, get those little plug-in things that goes into the light sockets, get you some locks for the cabinets, and that's all the baby proofing you did. My baby didn't get baby proofing. I didn't have anything on my light sockets. I didn't have anything on the cabinets. I just, like, you know, I guess I was just keeping my fingers crossed that she didn't stick her finger in a light socket or, you know, I don't know, fall down some stairs. But she's 6 years old. She's fine. Anyways, so I just don't understand hiring a company to come and baby proof your house. But then again, I keep saying it every episode. This is LA, and LA, seriously, it is La La Land. That's like its nickname or whatever. It is La La Land. Because these people, the people that live in LA are in a whole other planet from the rest of the country. Anyway, so Nicole's big night comes. She is so nervous, and she's like down. And at first, I thought they were Mai Tai. I mean, not Mai Tais. At first, I thought she was drinking. I can't even think of the name of the freaking drink. Mojitos, because she was down in something that had like little pieces of lime floating around in it. So I'm like, mojito. I love me a mojito, so that's what I thought it was. But then I saw her drinking some wine, so I'm like, well, I hope she's not chasing the mojito with some wine. But what it was that she just had some water with lime in it. That's the fancy thing that everybody's doing now. Putting lime and lemon and watermelon, all kind of stuff in the water. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what she was drinking. But she was down in that wine, and you could kind of tell that she was a little tipsy. She was like getting high. She was getting a little loud, and she kept moving around. And then when they called her name, okay, now remember, this is the Association for Prostate and Breast Cancer. This is not the BET Awards, you know what I'm saying? It's not even the Oscars. So you need to be a little more poised. She goes up on the stage. She's so tipsy. She gets up on the stage. She does her little shimmy. And as they announce her, and the guy that's announcing her looking at her like, are you serious? She's clearly like had a few too many, you know? So anyways, when she gets up there, she was like, first let me say I really enjoyed the pumpkin soup. And I had the same thought as Drea had when she was in her little interview. She was like, did she just give a shout out to the pumpkin soup? Nicole is hilarious, and it was just so funny. If you haven't seen this episode, you have to see the episode just to see her up there. She was reading her speech. She was slurring her words. She was repeating things over and over again. You could tell she had no clue what was going on, even though she had her notes, but she didn't know what was going on. That wine had her mind just gone, and all the ladies that were at the table, you know, all her castmates, and her mom wasn't laughing. All the other ladies were laughing. Her mom was just looking like, oh no, my poor daughter. You know, she just had that kind of look on her face. But she did look good though. She looked cute. She had a nice dress. Of course, she always looks good. That's just how she rolls. So anyways, we move on to like the next scene with Maite and her mother they were going to pick up the baby, and they were trying to put the car seat into her truck. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why are car seats so hard to install? And then she had an even fancier one than I had. Like, you know, you have the two pieces for hers. Like, you could turn it. It had a little turn thing on it or whatever. I don't understand. It took my husband forever. Actually, he didn't even get it right, because when we got to the hospital, when we were leaving the hospital, the valet guy, he was like, let me fix this for you. So he had to fix the car seat before we could put the baby in, because my husband didn't do it right. Those things are so hard to put in. Anyways, so Maite and her mom were struggling. I don't know how long it took them, but they finally got the car seat in, and then they were on their way to get the baby girl. So we leave them and we go to Nicole, Jessica, their mothers, well, Nicole's mother, and then their kids. They all went to a piercing shop. So what's her name? Jessica's daughter, Josie, decides she wants to get a belly button ring, and then Nicole's like, oh, that's so great, I have a belly button ring, and she pulls up her shirt to show her belly button ring, but she's like, you know, it hurts, it really hurts, getting a belly button ring hurts. But so her daughter gets the belly button ring. She was cussing like a sailor. She's 16. I'm like, if I would have said those words, I don't care how much pain I was in, my mom would have knocked me off of the dang table while I'm getting pierced. Okay, I cannot believe it. Even Nicole was like, oh, okay, I guess it's okay to curse in front of your mother. This is crazy. But the cutest part was Nicole's mom got her ear pierced, like right here in the inside of your ear. I thought that was really funny. I was like, why is she getting her ear pierced at 80 years old? But she wanted to do it, and it's fun. It seemed like they just really had a fun time. So I'm glad they showed that. It wasn't much to that scene, but besides that, but it was really cute that her mom, you know, got her ear pierced. And Jessica, I don't know. We're gonna talk more about Jessica in a little bit. So we move on to Mayte's house. She had invited all of the ladies over to her house, which they thought she was just inviting them over to see all the redecorating that she had done. But she actually had an agenda, because she invited the girls over, and you know, once they were all comfortable, they all had their cocktails, and then she goes in the back. She's like, I have one more surprise. And she goes in the back and she brings out the little girl that she adopted. It was just so precious, and everybody is just oohing on. The little girl is so cute, and Mayte and her mother both look so happy and overjoyed to have this baby, and all the ladies are really happy, and except Jessica. Now, you know, I've always been on Jessica's side, you know, because I can be a little flighty sometimes, you know. Sometimes I can say things, I have a habit of saying whatever comes to my mind. I say the first thing that comes to my mind. Sometimes I don't know if I'm offending somebody. I don't mean to. I just kind of say things without thinking a lot. But where me and her differ is that she says things that anybody would know not to say, you know what I mean? So she goes, oh my God, it happened so fast. And then she's like, I can't believe the mother would just give her up. She's so precious. Why would the mother just give her up? And I can't even understand that. And, you know, everybody's giving her this look and everything. And I'm like, Jessica, just be happy, you know. And even Drea was just getting Drea was pissed off. You could just see the look on her face. You know, she already had her thing with Jessica. They made up, but you know, she already has said that she doesn't like the way that Jessica, you know, things that Jessica says. But any normal person would have just said congratulations, been happy, and even if they were thinking anything negatively, they would have kept their mouth shut, sipped their wine, and just let Mayte have her moment, you know. But not Jessica. So I'm not really sure what her problem is. So I'm not sure if I'm on Team Jessica anymore. I want to be on Team Jessica because she's so fun, and I see a lot of my personality in her, but I'm not that inappropriate. And I wouldn't go that far, so I don't know. We'll see. But you know who was at the at Mayte's house was, what is her name? Daphne Wayans. So she was in the first episode. Remember, I was telling you guys, in the first episode she was in, Daphne Wayans was in the first episode at Nicole's house. And she was supposed to be a cast member, but then I heard she got fired, and that's when they were bringing in Shamika Lawrence. But we haven't seen Shamika Lawrence yet, but we will be seeing her next week. I saw the preview. But anyway, so we haven't seen her just yet. So I'm guessing Daphne must have been filming with the ladies for quite some time in the beginning, because they only filmed for like a few months anyway, and we're already on episode 3. So yeah, so I'm thinking Daphne Wayans, ex-wife of Keenan Ivory Wayans, I'm thinking that she must have had filmed with him. So I'm like, what happened? Why did they kick her off the show? Because I was reading, thanks to my girl or guy, I'm not sure who owns realityt.com. I don't know if it's a girl or guy. I hope it's a girl, but I don't know. I call her girl. I call her, say my girl from Reality T. Anyway, so it's realityt.com. I was reading on there that that VH1 didn't know who they were going to have as the new Hollywood X on this season, and they use all the same promo pics from last season. Even the opening is the same from last season. It's exactly the same. And on the promo pic that I had recently seen for the show, it had the same picture from last year, but they photoshopped Shamika Lawrence in. So I'm like, maybe they weren't quite sure. They were like, okay, we're gonna go with Daphne Wayans. Okay, now we're gonna go with Shamika Lawrence. I don't know. They could have had a whole bunch of other people in there too. Who knows? But VH1, you could do a little better than photoshopping somebody into your into the pictures, you know, that you're circulating around and in the beginning. So I don't know how the beginning is gonna come on. Finally, Shamika Lawrence will meet her next week. I saw in the previews that she's talking to Nicole and just giving the dirty on, you know, what happened with her and Martin Lawrence. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with that. This video was a little shorter. I'm trying to make them a little shorter. My husband was like, how can you even talk for 26 minutes to yourself to the video camera? I'm like, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to all of my YouTube people. They get me, right? Anyway, so I'm going to end at that today. That's it for Hollywood Exes Season 2, Episode 3. The new episode will be on next Sunday. I will be watching, but stay tuned. In a few more days, I will have, just maybe another day or two, I'll have my blog up for R&B Divas LA Season 1, Episode 3. So until then, stay safe, stay real, and stay tuned. To Meka, Shanell, just saying. Bye-bye.